The market seems to be pricing in a Trumponian win as we head into the most bullish week of the year, followed by the most bullish month. Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea, hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing. All the humble opinion of this piano Zamboni bringing the data. The FOMO index has dropped down to 72 on yesterday's 74. Bitcoin dominance 58.3%. 24-hour volume is 55 billion. The overall market cap 2.32 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, as we enter the final days of the Kabuki Theater Politique, the market delighted in a little Sunday pump. But we talked about this, so it should have come as no surprise to anyone in this boutique community when Bitcoin price action, well, she had a little pump. My heartbreakingly bullish outlook would be to see price action rally back up and over resistance 67.3 and then conquer the 50 moving average up at 67.6. But bulliciously speaking, I'd like to see us claw our way back up and over this channel's resistance at 68K. Lord love a doc. She didn't do just that. After Friday's flashing Tinian scam wick down to 65.5 to clear out some stop losses, the market rebounded right back up to the 20 moving average, where she downed her weekend comatose for 36 hours till breaking up and over the 20 and the 50 moving average, peaking out at 68.5 and has feathered back down to a time of production 68.2, placing us back up and over all three moving averages and smack dab in the 50-yard line of our channel of eternal monotony. Now, this is where the hand do manipulation does like to swat us back down. So I say if that happens, it wouldn't surprise me to see a retest of our channel support down at 67.3 as it is kitty corner to the 50 moving average and rubbing shoulders with the 20 moving average. Bulliciously speaking, I'd like to see price action retest resistance way up at 69.4. Really is our next bullish hurdle. Now over on the ding dong, you can see we did get up and over our channel resistance. Barely, but we're there. Is that a data alert? Yes, it is. Looks like the 50 moving average is crossing bullish over the 200. And we haven't seen this happen since way back, almost exactly a year ago today, which begot a subsequent pump of 116%, taking us to our current all-time high. And where would 116% pump from here take us? Well, that would be way up at 147 Shania. Quick look at the Wookiee, sees we did. Close the candle red, but not before carving out this cute little hammer candle. A candle which signals continued bullish prowess, as despite the bears initially taking control, the bulls fought back and should continue up, where I'd like to first off retest our channel resistance at 69.3, and my heartbreakingly bullish outlook for the wing would be to retest this old historic trend line's resistance up at, you guessed it, our old-time high of 73.8, but this time instead of leaving a red wick of market indecision, we'll close her with a big old thick green candle, taking us into the most bullish month of the year. Yes, that's right. It's Moonvember. And would you look at that, my friends? The sun's up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth. A day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, yet we're lucky enough to have anyway. So get out there, knock 'em dead, and remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected leads. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a coffee. Join me for a quick one, and by all means, sing it with me now. Around the banks of Boom Dash Bank, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey, whoa. Cha-cha-cha-ching. Just getting a hey, how you doing? Good morning rejection from 69K. That's going to happen. That's going to happen whether we bust through it. It's natural to hit that psychological level. 15, 16, 59K. Where am I last week? 69K. Yes. Can we get over her? I think so. Is this the week that is historically the most bullish week of the year? Yes, it is. Are we going to see it? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, if you really consider October, was October that great? Sure. It's not over yet. We could still have an incredible last week, which would turn out into being an incredible month. So right now, I think we're about a 7% gain on October. Hey, might not be something, but she sure ain't nothing. Now, if we have an extraordinary week, which I think she's shaping up to be, because we got a lot of things happening this week. We have hella earnings coming out from all the tech platforms. That will just, it'll put some volatility into the market. And I think right now it needs to be shaken up a bit. Not that it's going to bring retail back or in, but it's going to move the market, and that's going to be good for Bitcoin. Whether it's good earnings or bad earnings, I think we're at the point of the phase of the bull run where all news is good news and all news is good news, which is bullish news. That's what we'll probably see this week, I'm hoping. Bullishly speaking, and my heartbreakingly bullish outlook would be to retest and close our all-time high, 73.8. Close the candle there. We just have we have some legacy analysts call a wick. There it is. Oh, where's that arrow? Right, and just happen to put it right where that arrow is. Come on, let's move that arrow right here. That's a wick. Wick of indecision. That's not a confident high. That's basically when you're in high school and you think you can slam, you're getting a little confident that you can, it's not it. You can slam on the, 10 feet rim with a volleyball and you just miss it. That's what that is. You didn't get it.
You didn't slam. You can't tell people that you slammed after that. You can tell people you wicked up to it and then you had a colossal 7th-month rejection down. That's essentially what we're seeing here. Let's even this out here. And so this 69K, look at that. Look at the respect we are showing 69K. If it isn't these 3 weeks, couple wicks here, and then this whole month right here, massive respect. So what in that video when I said that ancient historical trend line, this one goes back way back. Let's see if we can do this without screwing too much things up. You can see that is the historic. So look how it coincides. 73.8 is on this historic trend line. That's why we would likely see, not just because it's all-time high, we're obviously going to see a little bit of pushback from all-time high, but that's why it has some bullish confluence when it comes to that level 73.8. Now, this is looking good. Hammer candle. It's messy. See, I lowered the green and the red fire here because I thought it was too high, and now it's too low. Let's see. That's a little better. This is a hammer candle signaling the bears took control all week, hammered her down to our support, but then the bulls came back. So this is all a hammer candle really tells you is that we started out bearish and we ended up bullish, and we should see continued bullish prowess moving into this week. So far, we have what some legacy analysts call a bullish engulfing candle. Not quite, but she's close enough. So once we're above 69K, which we're trying to get, we will have printed already a bullish engulfing candle. Now we haven't printed it. We haven't carved it out. Anything can happen this week. But so let's run some numbers. If we don't close green, that means we close under 69K. And what does that mean for October? Under 69K would be right here where we are now, essentially. That would put our monthly gains for October arguably and much predicted to be one of the most bullish months of the year. It's okay. It's nothing to shake a stick at, but so far that would close at about, let's call it 9%. Let's be a little more charitable, say 9% of a green candle. Now, what is 9% in the big... Oh, this isn't there. There, we can go to sleep now. What is 9% in the big scheme of the 7-month chop suey? Well, September, which was supposed to be quite bearish, ended up being 7, let's call it 7.5. Not bad for one of the most bearish predictive months historically. The next biggest one would be May, and we saw a 11.4% gain. So you would think that's this October, being Uptober, Rocktober, whatever you want to call it, should beat 11.36 and make it possibly, at that point, it would be the second biggest gaining monthly candle. But let's see where 11.636 would take us to close. 11.36, what's going on here? Okay, re-up here, the ammo. 11.36 would put us at about 70.6. That's doable. 70.6, we will tie for the second most bullish candle of this 7-month chop suey. Not of the entire bull run so far. But this massive candle was 16. I thought it'd be bigger than 16%. So if we have the biggest monthly candle of this boring, life-changing, life-questioning chop suey, we'd be 16%. That'd be 70. Are you kidding me? 73.8? Yeah. Wow. 73.8. So that would be our old all-time high. So if we were to have a 16.7% monthly candle, which is doable because we're basically at, what is it, 8%? Yeah, we're at 8%. We're halfway there. So we can have another 8% this week. That's doable. Like, we forget because this chop suey's been so mind-numbingly boring that 8% can happen realistically by the time noon rolls around. We haven't seen these massive 8% candles in a long time because we are just in this chop suey with the hand of manipulation coming down and putting a lid on all these prices, keeping the retail out and uninterested. But I have to say, some of the conversations I've had with, retail normies, it's been pretty bullish. I mean, I find it's on their radar. It's not in their interest, so to speak, yet. It's like they're not feeling the urge, the FOMO. But, they don't feel, unfortunately, they don't feel the FOMO until the price goes up. Because we're strange animals, human beings. It's like, I don't, it's kind of like how women find men attractive. They don't find them attractive standalone. If other women find men attractive, then they are attracted to them, right? That's the way it works in this bizarre human psychology. So when it comes to the market, we don't really find value in anything unless it's going up. And at that point, you're kind of late. The trick, the one trick to investing is be very lucky and have a lot of time in the market. Get in. And that's the strange thing about right now is that a lot of people, oh yeah, there we go, 69K. Lord love a duck. A lot of people think they're too late. And this is why it's so fascinating to have these timestamps. So to me, these videos that I've made for the past few weeks is to be on the right side of history and to be documented and timestamped on the right side of history, but more so to have this priceless ticker here going off. So when we look back at these videos in 4 years and 8 years, and speaking of cycles, we will look back and go, oh my God, it was 69K. And I wasn't buying it at 69K. I wasn't, interested in buying it at 69K. And of course, we're like, at that point, it's probably 690K. And we'll look back at 69K, just like, God, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Why didn't I sell my house? Why didn't I sell my car? Why didn't I take all the bottles back from my garage? All those pick-a-pop bottles, the cherry reds and the lime greens that were sitting there collecting little bugs in the garage. I should have took those back and bought more Bitcoin. Especially when I look back at these videos, 69K. And the reason, beyond it being on the right side of history financially, economically, I use them as timestamps for Duck Duck. So he can look back when he was 9 years old and laugh at the price and laugh at some of the songs because, all things go bad fox. I'm selling all my everything. Well, there's to tell you the truth, there's not much more. No, that's not true. I could garage sale my whole life away and probably come up with a few $1,000s of miscellaneous, but then I'd literally have nothing. That's not true. I actually don't have anything that I don't use. So besides my computers that I use every single day, if not all day long, I don't have any extra things. I do have a bike, but here's the thing about the bike. When I had this old Hires root beer classic. See, I liked it because it was the Hires root beer classic 10-speed. It was a piece of shit. And it had one of those cranks that shook. It wasn't like a perfect circle. It was more like a weird oval. But I liked the look of it. It was like it looked like a retro bike, so I was quite happy with it. And Duke would always want to go bike riding, and I'd be like, let's not go today, because it was hard to ride the bike. As much as I liked it, he'd like to go into the university and rip around and Here's me with my bad crank trying to keep up with them. And so finally I said, unless I get a new bike, which I'm not going to buy, because at that point I'm like, I'm not going to buy a bike rather than put it into Bitcoin, right? It's silly. It's a silly move. I'd be embarrassed to do it. So what happened that very night? Someone dropped the bike off at my house, and it was obviously stolen. I think at the time we didn't have a fence in our backyard, so it just backed onto a school, and I think they kind of rode it through the school and rode it into our yard and then dumped it there. So I took a little picture of the bike. I put a little blurry thing over something that had a name or a number, and I said, this bike was returned to my house. Whoever knows this number can come pick the bike up. And I put it on Facebook, and then I stuck it in my garage in the little rafters, and I forgot about it for 2 years. And then I realized it this year. I was like, hey, this bike, let's take a look at it. And it apparently was a good bike. I don't think it is anymore. I guess, long story short, if I wanted to sell it, I could probably get $50 for it. So who cares? All I have is a bunch of stuff that could probably sold. When I do Kijiji these days, or Facebook Market, basically I do give me $20, come get it. I don't care. Just take it and give me $20. Then I still get tire kickers at the $10. And of course I'm like, okay. And they come. Speaking of financial irresponsibility, I had a conversation with someone that I know very well, and they said, hey, we're not having Christmas this year in Winnipeg. We're going on a trip. I'm like, hey, okay, where? We're going to Mexico. And this is a family of six people. So this is all I hear, because I'm an insane maniac when it comes to Bitcoin in the bull run. Like we're in the bull run. They're telling me about the trip, and it's going to be right in Mexico, and we're going to do a condo, and it's going to cost this much, and there's 6 of us in flights and a week rental and then groceries and stuff like that. And all I'm thinking is, are you kidding me? That money into Bitcoin right now in the midst of the bull run would easily double, take the trip next year, have it paid for, and keep the $10,000 or whatever it's going to, I don't know, it's at least going to cost $10K. Family of 6, flying, rentals, all that stuff. Holy squeaky doors, Duck Duck. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Duck Duck and the Squeaky Doors. How's it going, buddy?
Good.
Anyway, long story short, when they asked if I was coming, I'm like, no, that would be the most irresponsible, financially irresponsible thing I could ever do in my whole life at this point. And the person on the other line was like, okay, thanks. All right, talk to you later. I probably won't talk to them in a while. Okay, buddy, what song are we going to sing? Oh, it's not on, so you can't hear how loud that is. Look at Wick. Look what Wick says, Duke. One day it'll be Matty sitting on Duke's lap. We're going to have this conversation again about hitting the keys while I'm talking. Anyway, what are we going to do here, Duke, for a song? Do you have any ideas? Except for that instrumental one? Okay, God only knows.
Wait, Dada.
Yeah. You want to try that one?
Yeah.
Okay, try it. I'll be your sustain pedal. Whoa, there's an intro.
Feels like the bottom. It feels like something's about to change. It feels like the bottom. And I mean this in the most grooviest way. Feels like the walls are crashing down on me. Like everything's falling apart. Nothing makes sense anymore. I just wanna go back to the days where it felt like it would never end. I mean this in the most grooviest way. It feels like the bottom. It feels like the bottom. It feels like something's about to change. It feels like the bottom. I mean this in the most grooviest way.
Unbelievable job, Dick. That good first attempt at it.
Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video.